conceptual diagram. Here, where C adds on towards the lake and basically takes the same facade of glass that you have and moves that concept out about 20 feet, which you'll see here. So gaining more seating, more room for shelving, all in that direction. The outdoor patio area is increased a little bit from where we had it on C. This is also introducing an entrance for after hours that we did not have on C, I don't believe. Let me walk through the middle of it and I'll kind of talk about some changes. So this is also showing new restrooms to meet your ADA requirements here near close to the entrance. Coffee serving area and laptop bar. As we've talked about, a lot of these options, the hearth would be reduced so we can get some seating a little closer to the fireplace, but keep the fireplace. The teen area, right adjacent to that coffee laptop area. Magazines, newspapers, right where you can, grab the coffee and go sit down and enjoy the sunshine right up here towards the lake. Children's area then is shown with kind of a curvy, probably glass or some type of transparent divider, but to kind of contain maybe some of the energy that's going on in the children's area. And they're really all shown here at the west end with a program room for events and projects with kids. This two-story space, I think, is kind of unique and child size with the two levels. The lower level kind of feels like it has a lower roof, a lower ceiling, and then the upper level, I think last week I kind of coined it as a tree house effect. It could be some type of theme, either, trees, nature, it could be a castle, somebody threw out that idea. So really kind of create a neat atmosphere for the children at the west end of the building. We're also showing a mother's room here, and we'd like to show some plumbing there for maybe some cleanup activities. Bathrooms aren't too far away for kids to get to, but then also providing a bathroom off the meeting room, which you really don't have right now because you just have the beach bathrooms out there. So, but off the patio area, a couple study rooms. The circulation desk is shown moved to the east side of the entrance. Kind of helps with the traffic flow when people are checking out and staying at, in the out direction. Staff workroom behind the circulation desk with sight lines so they can back each other up when somebody needs assistance at the circulation desk. We've done that in several options. It's kind of common for us to do that so that you maybe staff the desk with one person but have people that can back them up. A break room with employee entrance that could possibly serve for deliveries. This option though also shows that this could be a delivery entrance off the vestibule, because I know you get some deliveries throughout the day and people need to be able to greet those folks. Computer stations right up here in front of the circulation desk, because often the staff needs to help people on their computers or on the computers that are probably provided. Adult collection is all over here with meeting rooms of kind of medium to smaller size meeting rooms. And then this multi-purpose room that we're in right now, this little piece of paper here is showing the possibility of expanding it. This morning we just had it at its current size, and we had people struggling to vote because they said they really liked the option, but they really felt there was a strong need for this room to be larger to accommodate bigger groups, and would be ideal if it had better access after hours with the bathroom. So that's been added, and that's certainly something we want feedback on all these options, because it's not a universal agreement on that. So we really kind of need some feedback on whether that's important to the community or not. Then also at lunchtime we had people saying, well, I did like these options, but if we could introduce parking in a way to get us some additional parking. So we've got an idea here that's showing an overlay of the possibility of 7 additional parking spaces off of this side street over here. So that's another thing to give us feedback on. Last week when we came, we only showed parking on option H, and we had basically even comments, pro and con on that. So then we were torn. What do we do? Is this a priority or not? And really, people didn't comment on anything else on H besides the parking. Well, positive and negative, so, definitely give us your feedback on that, so. Are there comments or questions on C1 or C, because it's essentially similar? Yes.
With the parking, how do you create additional spaces? I don't get it. I mean,
This is showing the existing diagonal parking along the street right now, and so it would create a driveway, to the east of the building here that would then come through and have, diagonal parking
so it would
towards
take
the
more
sidewalk.
space.
It would take some of the grass that's over here.
And it wouldn't affect the American Legion canteen, which is
Nope,
down
that's
here, right
down
on
there.
there.
Yep.
Can you read out the square footage on that one for us?
Yes, it says 3,900 square foot addition.
And does that include the little add-on to the meeting room?
I think
Yes.
so. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions or comments on that? Moving along.
Option that has the compact shelving in the basement for a portion of the collection. You can see that it has a couple of smaller additions onto it. Public toilets for the park would get moved so that the existing park toilet rooms could be used for this meeting room. It shows expanding the meeting room, similar to what C1 did. And it shows a little expansion for a children's program room, which was to create a play space. So on this concept, the children are still down on this side of the building with the meeting room. The adult collection is on the west half of the building. Bathrooms and staff space, very good sight lines, centrally located. This is the concept that had the two-sided fireplace in it. So the existing fireplace is here, and it has seating on both sides of it. Coffee bar located right here. Popular collections are in the center. Outdoor reading patio would be located here with a pitched structure that would give some overhead filtered sunlight and shading. This floor on the very far west end where we described that treehouse when it was in a children's area for adults would be filled in at grade level 4 at the library floor level. So it would be one level versus multi-levels. So this concept is 3.1 to 3.3 and the addition is 1,750 square feet. So it's a pretty minimalist look at it. And it would require some of those collections to be retrieved by staff. Any questions on A1? Yes.
Could the parking be added to number A and A1 as well?
Yes. Yes, this,
So we could assume the parking could be added on.
anything where we didn't expand in that direction, which like this one, certainly could not do that, but any of them where the meeting room hasn't grown to the east could certainly fit.
Check on underground parking and all.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I can talk about that. What we looked at on this option M was, could we provide any underground parking on the site? Obviously, we stayed away from the footprint of the building, so we don't want to incur the cost of that. That would be really quite a bit more than it is. So what we showed was a ramp down and then underground parking in front of the library building. Felt that we could probably get about 24 spaces there. There would be room just for a lane and the parking before we would actually get to the sidewalk. Some of the challenges with that are that about half of it is under the highway right of way. So we're not sure we're gonna get some highway right of way approval to do that. Other challenges would be that we would be, the bottom of it would be below the water level of the lake, which we can design it like a boat. The problem is we would need pumps to get water out of it because slush and things coming out of cars create a challenge there as well. The other challenge is now we've got an underground space and we need to supervise it. We may have to add cameras. Just a quick estimate for the numbers. It looks like it's probably in the $40,000 to $45,000 per parking space cost to do that. So it's well over $1 million for these 24 spaces. But it is a possibility. We need to invest that kind of money. But we felt the idea of adding a single lane on the other side of these angled spaces, it's 9 parking spaces, but you lose 2 to come back out, so you pick up 7 spaces. We felt that's a much better investment than doing this. And it's right off of Wrigley Street, so it's not a significant impact on the park at all. It's right there, you see the parking. And it would provide nice kind of drop-off space for the meeting rooms that might be developed that already are here, and the trash area. So it's going to be helpful for the library's functionality too. We've asked, well, how are you going to control those spaces? What we would probably do is just assign those spaces to the library staff. Now, some may say, well, that's not helping. Well, it is helping, because the library staff is parking on the street. They're parking in these all spaces now. So we've added 9 more spaces by doing, or 7 more spaces by doing this. If those are assigned to the library staff, that frees up 7 spaces somewhere else on the street. So obviously, every space we can add is helpful. Yes?
Downtown and all the stores, all the employees have to be off-street parking and walk. And that's what they do.
Is that what the public library does too?
We actually we park in the Cook Street lot and then top of it.
Yeah. Okay, so not too far away. Okay, so we looked at underground parking and right now, it's feasible, it's just very, very expensive.
It has the building expansion with the unusual access, if you will, that's rotated from the original building. This concept is meant to be a glass box on both sides of the building, so it's something very different in vocabulary in terms of the actual materials. So it's not going to be a lot of brick associated with it, it's going to be mostly a glass skin. The way this concept works is it has the same entrance and the same feature on the south lake side. It has a multi-purpose room in the current staff space associated with a coffee bar and a kitchenette, as well as a couple of toilet rooms into the vestibule of the existing front door. So this is a self-contained meeting space. This meeting room is not much larger, however, than the room we're in. So it's repurposing where it's located and it's providing access after hours, but it's not expanding it. Could it be expanded? Yes, it could out to the front, but once again, that wasn't what this concept was meant to show. So this concept, again, keeps the fireplace, coffee bar. It has the adult collection located on this side. It has staff space, park toilets on that side. The children's collection is up to the front of the building on the west. The creative play space is in that 2-story volume. Children's service point is located here with the service desk. And then it has the outdoor reading component to it. So this is 5,800 square feet. The cost of this is $4 million to $4.3 million. And there are sketches over here that kind of show what those different options look like. Any questions on I?
This version takes a look at the expansion, having the ideal size that we looked at in our program. So really expanding the collections and not putting anything in the basement. So that's what is here, and then that also includes a portion that duplicates the idea of what the multi-purpose room is now, except for it's a little larger. It can be subdivided into 2 separate meeting rooms. And then you can have a separate access that, like some of the other options, also provides kind of its own place that could be used after library hours. So with this expansion, some of the things that will have changed, changing where the circulation desk make it more central. With this larger space, you want to have the desk and not so far removed from the center of the whole space. So I moved it to be kind of closer to that dividing line where it is now. Right now, this is a meeting area. The director's office would be behind the fireplace. That would be there, again, kind of centrally located. In this version, the adult collections are over to this side of the library. Where we have a 2-story space now, I've said let's not make it 2-story because that's an issue with accessibility. So we would make it a 1-story space. This also has some of the meeting rooms and the reference materials back here. So you can have some of those spaces. We have a teen area here where the DVD and those things are now. And then the staff will still be here. Children's are here, and what I'm thinking of for this space could be repurposed as a children's program room and a children's kind of play area, make it something kind of fun for them to come do. And then what this mostly accounts for is some additional seating. So some of the seating that you can imagine now that's right here, we get moved forward to a new, really open glass facade that would try to pick up some of the style of the current architecture. The central canopy that is here now would get extended down so that you'd have the same shape looking out onto the lake. And then this piece here would have your computer and media, as well as the audio books and your movies, those kinds of collections, and then a large reading space as well. So trying to take as much use of the lakefront views as possible.